Yeah, this BBI issue is becoming very emotive. But how I wish that from the word go, and I'm just looking for a way how Kenyans can look at it, or politicians, how they can look at it. If Musalia says he's for BBI, Ruto says he's for BBI, and the way Raila has come out with Uhuru saying they want BBI, then there will be no opposition. Because what I know, it might have been targeting 2022, where others will be in government by forming, and others will be in opposition, because they are already isolated from the mainstream, where people are saying we want to be for and against. But that one is for another day. Reading BBI is one thing, my friend. And understanding BBI is another different thing. I think we are reading the report, and we have to understand it better. We can only complain the application part of it. It is a subject document, but you can't just dismiss the whole document. What I'm saying, let us also appreciate whatever has been done, for it has some parts which make some sense. But I'm not saying others do not make sense. For example, when we have been budgeting for counties. Now, if we look at 35 of audited revenue going to counties, then there is conditional grants plus our own source revenues by counties. And we have now 5% of that going towards. Then with the devolution, we are game. We should be accommodative, as different reaction will be continuing to be elicited from whatever quarters with the presentation of the much talked about and awaited BBI report. From this report, it seems to be the talk of everywhere, as all citizens were urged to read for themselves and to understand what it contains. But to me, well, as witnessed earlier with several leaders, there are some analysts and professionals who have already begun to educate Kenyans on how the report is good, or why maybe it is not good. For this one, you can bear me witness. In the trends in Kenya, where such important issues are judged on arrival, you can as well as have your own say on the same. Some Kenyans like to peruse, and they do read in between the lines as required. But with opinions, they are formed out of such behaviors, which eventually takes misleading of the masses. Just to be particular, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga talks good of this document. In fact, the very day it was presented to him and the president, and he says it will change the lives of Kenyans. Okay, there's no doubt it might be true, but on looking in the details, this document increases the public wage bill, as it proposes to increase the number of legislators and other among shortcomings. And to me, it therefore leaves the common mwananchi mixed up with such a document being politicized and also being used everywhere. A politician gets a chance to address wananchi. I have been keenly following and observing a lot of unfolding out of politicians' utterances and their behaviors. And I must say this, and this is my opinion, is that a lot of resources and time has been used to come up with this report. Yet, the polarization of the country or politicization of such a document might fail to serve the purpose. That is why, to an extent, yes, it might be a burden to Kenyans, as some parts of the report might be, as I might say, they suggest that it be given enough scrutiny and subsequent correction so as it can serve the purpose. Because this document was prepared for Kenyans, and I know it is by Kenyans anyway, all those who do support or do not support are all Kenyans and have a right. That is my take on that. Every individual should participate independently and never to allow the politicians on the high table, or maybe this we are calling the elites, to dictate the course. And again, as Kenyans, we should not in any way be swayed away from the realities of our country. And we should also remember that we need to keep on asking the leadership of this country to exercise ethical leadership, you know, to eradicate poverty, to ensure that our health facilities are up to the standard, and mostly, we should know that they are very reliable. Because this will ensure our children get proper schooling. And you see, whatever the shops, it should guarantee our safety. We should not feel insecure. Job opportunities should be created for our youth. And we should have a conducive environment to do business above all the living standards of every mwananchi. And, you know, this one all should be improved. There are some realities that Kenyans will continue to expect. And even as they face this BBI, whether we have BBI or we don't have BBI, the challenges are there. We expect a few issues to be forgotten for some time. As everyone is talking about the BBI narrative, because we have high-profile corruptions cases, which will even no longer even feature in papers or with you media people. It will not come again, because now everything will be on BBI. There is this COVID-19 guidelines. They will be disregarded during these meetings. You know, campaigns will be witnessed all over. In fact, restoring our trade and economy will be slow, and many of other national issues will be ignored for a while. And that one is a fact, because the drums of BBI are on. That's to mean all energies and focus will be directed to the BBI. And this is the habit that the Kenyans have embraced, with the citizen feeling they are undermining our progress as a nation. We cannot dance the music of reggae with empty stomachs. You know, my friend, Kenyans has a rich history to learn from everybody. And it should continue to play their role in promoting peace and even building this nation. Because, no, when you look at the wholesome picture of it, it comes out very clear of what those who wrote BBI wants, and is that they collected the views. But when you look at giving crutches a break of 4 years from paying help loans, there is also increasing county allocation to 35%. There is also another one like tax break for youth that are doing businesses for 7 years. There is also dealing with the corruption cases within a span of, should be 2 years, if I'm not wrong, and the payment of supplies and services that was rendered to the government within 60 days, which is around 2 months of delivery, sure, do they need a referendum? They don't. They don't need referendum. In fact, I'm waiting to be explained to why the issues of election rigging, which led to Kenya to have problems in previous election, was not fully addressed by BBI. I'm also asking about the positions created by BBI and how they could help bring inclusivity in government in Kenya. Because there are 43 tribes. This is therefore showing that 5 positions will not accommodate every tribe. We have the president, we have the vice president, the deputy president, we have the prime minister, we have the two deputies. You know, those are only 5. I don't know how they are going to benefit 43 tribes and more that are in Kenya. And this actually portrays a picture of issues inside BBI that really needs, my friend, to be looked into clearly, and necessary intervention should be made very fast to make the document more complete. Otherwise, this reggae, we are not making look very soothful to all Kenyans.